it's all new, but
Go on.
right now this is Convos with Inferious, and right now I got my special guest DJ Illness. What we saying, bro?
Yeah, back once again with the ill behavior. You know what I'm saying?
What
In
up,
the
bro?
building. Make some noise. Yeah, bro.
I need to get like a sound effects board where I can go.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. We get there.
As long as it's not copyright, then yeah. Was it? But as you were saying, like, you just talk about podcasts. Like, what podcasts do you do? Like, what's going on with me?
Basically, I've been a contributor to a few podcasts like consistently before lockdown. So I got to give some shout outs to my guys at On-Site Podcast with SK Vibemaker. I've been doing that for a while, like as a regular contributor. I've also been a regular contributor at DMD Podcast. And I'm just shouting them out, not because I'm a contributor, because they're two podcasts that I feel heavily, so I've got to give it a big up. But my own specific podcast, like it's mine, me and my co-contributor, well, 50-50, is entitled, I almost forgot the name of my podcast. You know, when you think trying to get so many words out, it's entitled The Take Podcast UK. Yeah. So been doing that since I started it in 2017.
Damn, bro, you've been on this shit forever.
Yeah, but wait for it. No, life took over. So we put that on a back burner because there was things like I'd literally dive straight in. I wanted it to be a situation where, like, you know, you're getting equipment, you want it to be perfect, you want it to be online, you want all of that kind of stuff. But we just thought, you know what, if we continue to wait for the day when we've got absolutely everything, we're waiting. So we literally just dived straight in, and we done about 8 episodes, and then we said, all right, cool, this is as far as we can take it before we literally step up production. So a couple of years went by, and then I said, you know what, it's time for us to just dive back in. So we stepped up production on it, and we got about 4 or 5 episodes in, and it was like, all right, cool. Now it's time to start calling in the guys and start getting some guests on here.
100%, bro.
And the main guest came through, man. Corona just came through and just guested up the place. so you get what I'm saying? Corona came through. So we haven't been able to special guests, but there's plans to do some stuff like that. But what we've actually started doing now is Insta Living. I've been doing an Insta Live every Sunday at 8 p.m, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. It's a bit of an overkill, but what else is there to do, man? What else is there to do?
When you think about, like, what is the platform everyone uses is Instagram, so why not do your shit on Instagram? It kind of makes sense.
I mean, this is the thing I could say to you as well. I mean, like, the first thing that I started doing when the lockdown was I started doing live Insta Lives, but mixing.
Yeah.
And was you doing them as well?
No, I wasn't, but like Wooshi was, everyone. You know the ones you go on your thingy and everyone's doing it live. So that was the thing,
So I started doing 5 a week. I was like, yo, like,
man's got energy.
Yeah, I was bored, man. And the thing is as well, it's like one thing that I like, it's like when you're doing the Insta Live, it keeps your levels up. It reminded me almost like of pirate radio back in the day. Because I remember speaking to a few DJs and they were like, man, we miss pirate radio. Everyone was so competitive. Everyone was listening to hear if anyone messed up. It was like, you know, it was like a big thing. So it was like one of the things that just kept my levels up. But what started to jar me, and I mean jar me, was every 5 minutes the stream started cutting off with Instagram, wasn't it? Because of the copyright, whatever. So that's why I just pulled the plug on it. I was like, you know what? I need to find a place. I need to find somewhere to go. And I think Twitch is seeming like the place to go at the moment.
However,
you
say that, I was seeing people put in some groups that I mean that like Twitch is now, that copyright thing caught up with everyone like SoundCloud, Mixcloud. I heard that now they've got that same shit. So now I heard that like with Twitch, they're moving mad with that, but only from today, I think. Literally
today. Look at that. Just as I was ready to come back in there because it was looking like a vibe.
I was like, Twitch is everyone's like, I feel like more Americans are on Twitch than UK, but like especially for DJ wise, and everyone was vibing on there. I'm like, oh, and you can make money. People can like tip you shit and like just give you money and subscribe to you.
To be fair, there's a few DJs that I see that have been using Instagram, and for some reason, their Instagram feed has not been touched, maybe because they've got a big following or whatever. Yeah. They've been putting like Cash App.
Yeah, I've got that app, never used it.
Yeah, but they've been putting like Cash App and like what's it? I was about to say GoFundMe, not GoFundMe. What's the other one?
My fans, only fans.
Yeah, like only. Did you say only fans?
I didn't say that.
I thought you said that, man. I was like, whoa.
I'm joking. I said it. Yeah. Nah. Yeah, Cash App and the other one.
But yeah, PayPal, whatever. I mean, you got to get your hustle on right now because it is.
I don't think there's something wrong with that.
Yeah, no, not me. Me neither, man. Me neither. You double win anyway.
I think so because, like, I remember speaking to Wilshire, but obviously, Wilshire was like, how do you feel about it? I said, look, as long as you don't force people to do it, to be like, oh, okay, you want to listen, then pay, then that's rude. But if you're like, yo, if you want to contribute or give me a tip or anything, like, just it's there, innit? I think that's cool. I think that's okay because you give people a choice.
100%. I think. Do you know what I'm saying? If I like something and I want to continue to see it, and it means I've got to dip into my pocket a few pounds, you get what I'm saying? Then I'm gonna do that as long as it's in my discretion. I agree with you, man. As long as it's in my discretion, what's the problem with it?
Yeah, that's what I say. As long as you don't have to get forced into it. But no, that's good. So then, like, is your podcast up already? Like, is it Spotify, Apple Music?
Up and going. Apple Music. What's the other one? Spotify. All of that. We don't. And do you know what's mad? Because I don't like. I've wanted to use like an intro music theme.
Oh yeah.
Something. Bruv, I'm not doing anything. As much as I could quite easily just jump on Ableton and make myself have a little thing. I'm just like, you know what? I'm not using nothing. I'm just not trying to even get into that.
What you do? It's like this straight from the get-go.
Yeah, just like go, boom, let's talk.
Oh, I like that. At least it makes me feel like I'm not the only one. I was like,
because you see what it is. You can get caught into the mix of wanting to be overproduced. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or you can just be rough, rugged, and raw. And I don't mind because it's just as long as if the content's good, then people are going to get involved in it.
That's what I feel, man. I feel like you don't have to because obviously this is new for me as well, and you go in and have to do a podcast. You Google steps and have loads of questions and shit.
Yeah.
And I just feel like questions is great, but for me, I'm like, I like things to just flow organically. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, for me, I like to have a structure when it comes to like doing a podcast. So one piece of the structure that I'm fixing right now is that you need to have a little bit of power in your laptop. So let me just put my charger in quickly.
I'm on 54%. I think I can last. I'm hoping I can last.
You know, like I didn't even get the 5 or the 10. I just got the 1% message come up. I was like, whoa, that one's a bit strong. So yeah, what was I about to say? I mean, I just like to have a structure. So it's like for me, I like to have a few things that I want to get through. Like in terms of, like for example, this week we've been talking about something that you can't really get away from, which is the marches.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to talk about the marches, and then I wanted to talk about, we spoke about who's been silent through all of this time. Do you know what I'm saying?
Like particular people that you think of.
Yeah, because it's interesting. My thing is this, and I hate to repeat myself, but I will.
No, that's fine, bro. Like, speak, innit? It's conversation.
My thing is this, like, it's interesting who wants to come to the front when something will benefit them, and it's interesting who wants to come to the front when there is no benefit. You get what I'm saying? So it's like speaking out right now. I mean, if you look at what John Boyega, he was very, very. He was out here he was unapologetic with his statements, and I think even at one point people were questioning if he would even have a career at the end of what he's just.
I see that, and then people were like, "Yo, we've got you." I see the guy that done Get Out said, "I got you." Star Wars guy, we got you. JJ Abraham said, "Don't worry, we got you." So
yes,
I feel like
that's brilliant.
You say that, and I looked at some of the posts, and some people were saying, this is a stunt. He's doing it to get he's not even good actor. He's getting it for that thingy." And I'm like, bro. People this is the thing.
This is the thing. So I mean, there's two sides of the coin. There is the side of being silent and saying nothing, or is the side where you say something. And it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I would hate to believe that John Boyega was out here doing it for the gram.
I think it's passionate.
But there are some people that will do things for the gram in terrible times like now. And for me, that's disgusting. Like I can't rate it. But do you know what I'm saying? Who are we to judge at the end of the day? I just think
who, like you said, some people will speak up about it, some won't. But in the end of it, like we can't account for them. Do you know what I mean? You're not going to be like, this DJ, like when things go back to normal, you can't be like, this DJ, well, you didn't say shit, bro. Like, and then why are you trying now? You can't be like DJ in these urban clubs if you didn't stand up for the cause. Then that's not fair. Like, who are you to kind of suddenly be like, we're going to do protests against that one DJ and try and blacklist them or something? Do you know what I
mean? Yeah, I mean, do you know what? For me, this is something I speak about quite a lot. The whole blacklisting thing. It's something that came into power very, very recently, out of the blue. Like, don't you feel like it just came in, like, just out of the blue? Like, where did this whole cancel culture, as it's called, where did it all come from? Because I didn't know about it. Do you get what I'm saying?
I didn't know about it, bro.
I didn't know about it. It just came, and now it's like it's just like part of everyday life or whatever. But it's like, I don't know, man. I'm not really here for that. Like, I just feel like, as long as me personally and the people that I keep around me in my circle keep it 100 to the best of 100, that's all you can really do, man. Because it's like, it can be annoying, like, when you notice these things, but if you can't let them get to you, I think. That's why I always say, like, keep the right people in your circle. Do you get what I'm saying? It's essential for longevity. Because man's been out here a couple summers still.
That's what I want to talk to you about. Like obviously I've known you for, I don't want to say like I know you hardcore, but like I remember one time I was at Cuckoo Club and you popped up and I was like, oh shit, do you remember that?
Yeah, that was a while back. Quickly, that was a while back.
Wow, and then I remember Walshy knew you, and then we linked up, like in a link up. I see you. It was like, oh, da da da.
Yeah.
I can't even remember how we even knew each other. I can't tell you.
Do you know what's mad? It's mad because, like, obviously the DJs on the circuit. There's a lot of us, and I remember meeting Walshy in Romford. Yes. I remember meeting him in Romford, and I just, cause like, my thing was this. Obviously, where I've been running around with Chipmunk for so many years.
Yeah. We'll get to that, but yeah.
Like, where I've been running around with Chipmunk for so many years, I've come across a lot of DJs in passing.
Loads.
You get what I'm saying? And certain times I'll be minding my own business, but like, I'm waiting to go on or whatever, and I'll be listening to what's going on, and I'll be like, you know what? My man's sick. Like, do you get what I'm saying? So I remember going up to Walshy and saying, Walshy, yo, bro. I tapped him, like, as I was leaving. I said, add me on Insta, whatever. He probably thought, dickhead, like, who's this guy? You know what I'm trying to say? But it's because I'm just like that. Because
I like that energy.
One thing with me, I'm very much an energy person. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if I feel a vibe, like, and I don't know, I like to believe I'm very humble. Do you get what I'm saying? So if I feel the energy, there's so many people that I follow that I don't even know how I met them, but I know I met them along the journey and along the way. And it's like, one thing for me, I feel like I've been doing this for a minute, yeah, and I'm a DJ's DJ in terms of the fact that, like, if you put a set of 1210s in front of me, I'm comfortable. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm just building my studio that I'm in right now. As you can see, there's record box just half open behind my shoulder, yeah. But it's like I've got my 1210s in front of me. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you get what I mean? So it's like, I'm here for that.
Vinyl or the Serato?
Say that again?
Do you use like proper vinyls with them, or do you use them through?
No. I'm a Serato man. I'm a Serato. But you know what's mad? Like, funnily enough, because as I said, I'm talking about the studio that I'm in now, and like, I'm trying to build it to the way that I want to have it. Yeah. And it's like, my mum called me the other day, and she was like, "Yo, you've kind of got like 15, 16 boxes of vinyl here. What you saying?" And I was like, yeah, I might have to come and get those now that I've got a little space to actually run them. To get what I'm saying? But what happened with me, like on a DJ one, what happened with me was that I was doing all of my mixes on vinyl and I was loving it. And then I was headed to the club, and you can't see a 1210 in a club anywhere. It was in very bespoke clubs that you would see a 1210. And I remember at one point I'd even take a picture, like, "Rah, look what I found." Do you get what I'm saying? Like, do you know what I'm saying? So I was like,
used to have them though. Romford Liquid, them ones, they used to have them.
Yeah, I mean they were mashed. Yeah, they were mashed, and it was like it was a lot. You had to carry your own needles. Do you know what I'm saying? It just became too much. So what happened for me was I ended up buying a controller. I bought the SZ because it was full size, and that way I could get used to using like as close to what I would be using in the club without spending like 5 racks or something. Because like, do you get what I'm saying? It's not that I mean, my thing is this with music, like, I invest in my music. I've always been a guy that will invest in myself. So if I know that I'm making money from music, then I'll invest in my music. That's always what I said. I was never. Yeah, you have to. You have to. So it wasn't that fact. I mean, I've invested a fair bit in what I'm using now. Do you get what I'm saying? But 5 racks was just a bit too.
I feel like, if you think about it, it's like 5 racks, but then you can literally buy an SZ.
Yeah, well, that's what ends up happening.
And it's exactly kind of club standard of what you're going to get. You feel me? That's not the bad way. You can also take it to the club if the club hasn't got a club standard chip. So you've kind of got, oh, just like my boy, you know, A-Dot. Yeah, A-Dot, like, he obviously was like a lot of people. I learned on the controller, bro. I learned on the SR like time ago. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously I didn't have 5 rack to fucking buy the fee. But after a while, I started saving up and I started looking around, and then I find people that are selling it, and then eventually I bought a whole setup. I bought the Nexus 2000s and I bought the 900. So I bought it, and I was proud. I was like, I felt so proud.
I did it.
Like, I've got it.
You know what's mad, right? You know what's mad? Because I was telling this story to the missus like a while back, and I said to her, like, because when we was moving house or whatever, and I said to her, like, I remember being young, and dreaming that I had a pair of 1210s, I remember being young and dreaming that I had a pair of 1210s, and now look at them over there catching dust underneath the bed. Like, you know what I'm saying? The goals move, and it is what it is. But back to what I was saying, I'm very much a DJ's DJ. I do like, you know, like technical stuff and things like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So when I see people that are or appear to be from that school, I always take a bit of time and say, yo, I follow them or whatever. To be honest with you, I feel like I've become very lazy since I've started using a controller. I feel like I've become very lazy, but still gets the job done, you know what I mean?
It does, and I feel like if you can do the turntables, you can do the decks, then it's fine. I feel like if you only use a controller, I feel like that limits you as a DJ, because there'll be times where they're going to be a full setup, and they're going to be like, no, you can't put your controller on a setup. Like, you have to use it up. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like it's.
Do you know what it is for me? I don't know how that's possible, man. Like, how could you only be able to use a controller? That would be mad.
Bro, I've seen
you've seen this?
I've seen this firsthand, where there was a Nexus 2s, so the new bad boys, another one that's $2,000 a piece, new mixer, and then what does the person do? They took off the deck, chucked it underneath, the other deck, chucked it underneath, put the mixer to the side, and then put the controller there, and then put output into the input there. And I was like...
You went through all of that?
I was like, realistically, you had to plug in, bro. Just go on your laptop and just do the DJ kit, plug straight in. You're done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
that's crazy.
Yeah, it is. And when you see that, I'm like, and bro, I don't care about controllers, innit? Do you know what it is? I feel, this is my personal opinion, that sometimes a lot of people that have controllers, they also have YouTube rips. They have a collection of things. It's like being a controller DJ sometimes, it comes with the other stuff that you need to fix up on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if it's like...
You're preaching to the converted right now, I have you know. Yeah, it's mad. It's mad.
I feel like...
But you know what's mad, though, as well, because I have to say this. And it's like, I have to get this off my chest. Do you know what really annoys me, though? When there's an artist that you really ride for, and they don't give you the clean versions, like you might have a mix that you need to do for like a radio station or whatever, and they don't give you the clean version and things like that. So then you literally do have to go searching for it in forbidden places. Do you get what I'm saying? But other than that, yeah, man. I mean,
but I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like, do you know before everyone was doing cleans? I remember, like, obviously we'll go to Chip, but like I remember, you know, Go Down South. Yeah, like that. I remember them sort of. They're the times when I started coming into more DJing. Like when that tune dropped, do you know what I mean? Like 2011. I started in 2011, so I'm still kind of looking. But like, there was loads of cleans of UK stuff. But now, bro, it's hard to get a clean of the UK stuff. It's like American stuff, loads of clean. UK, nah, we ain't making it clean.
Do you know why though? Do you know why I think that? I mean, don't take my word as gospel, but the reason why I think now is because back in the day, it was strange where a lot of people were making music for radio. You with me? So where a lot of people are making music for radio, they would submit a clean. I think now we've reached a place where we accept you don't need to make a clean anymore.
And you don't need to make it for the radio because there's...
But that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Let me take it back. Not you don't need to make a clean anymore. You don't need to make tracks for the radio no more. Right. And when you're not making tracks for the radio anymore, then that's a situation where... Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Sorry, I've got my hoodie up for this interview, because I've got my hoodie up for Trayvon Martin. I've been doing it all week. Like even yesterday when I was doing my podcast, I just had my hoodie on.
No, bro, like,
I have a disgusting trim, but that's another story.
Bro, like if I don't, yeah, I mean, my trim's kind of bad, but for me, I'm like that organic guy where I haven't trimmed, like I haven't touched my beard or my hair in like over 3 months, and nowadays, who even cares anymore, bro? Like, like no one's caring. But do your thing. That's what I'm saying. Conversation with Furious, like you be you, and talking about that. Like I said, I don't really have structure. I like to have structure, but for me, I just go with the flow. But I do want to know about you and Chip, bro. Like I want to know like how, like I heard some people how they get become like an artist DJ. But obviously, you've been doing it for a minute, bro. So I want to know, like, if you don't mind me asking, like,
so basically, I've been DJing for a long time. But aside from DJing, something that some people may know, some people may not know, is that I'm also an audio engineer, or at least I was, right? And I was running a studio. Well, I was taking care of the day-to-day bookings of a studio called Always Recording. Some people may know Always Recording.
Always Recording, is that a label?
It was, but it was.
CMAR, right?
Sorry.
CMAR, wasn't it?
No, that formed later. But AR was always AR was the AR in that whatever they call that, anagram or whatever they call that. Can't get my words out. The AR stood for Always Recording in CMAR. So what happened was I was the engineer, and I was running all the bookings and I was doing everything. And then what we were doing was when I realized that some talent, we would pull them to the side and we'd film them. So we were doing like we just had, at the time, it was around 2007. At the time, it was like, we were thinking to do a DVD. That was as big as it got.
Like Lord of the Mics.
Yeah, something like that. But what we were doing was just talent. Like there was no real structure to it. We were just filming people that were spitting, and then the guys were going to figure out how they were going to put it together. Maybe get a couple, I don't know, like well-known faces to talk and say whatever. Like it was just an idea that we were doing. And like these discs, if somebody found them now, they are gold. I don't know what happened to them. So it got to a point where we'd had a few like names come through. But one of the names that always come through, and I recorded him, I've got so many specials and dub plates, was Frisco. Yeah? Because I lost count of the amount of times I recorded Frisco in that studio. He was a regular. Like he'd come through early on a Wednesday.
Where was it? Can we ask him?
It was in bloody hell. I was going to say Muswell Hill. It's not Muswell Hill quite.
Where is that? I don't even know what it is.
North London.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm from East, so all I know is East.
Yeah, no, I was in North London. What ends was that again? I can't remember the name of the ends, but it was basically just up the road. It was just around the corner from Wood Green. Anyway, so it was North London. Yeah? Imagine I used to go there every day and I can't remember the name of the ends right now. Anyway, shows you what's going on over here. I've been in lockdown for far too long. So it was in North London, and Frisco was a regular there, and I used to call him all the time. And then he said, I got someone I want to bring to the studio. Yeah? You need to get this guy on your camera or whatever. So the guy who owned the studio was like, yeah, I'm hearing about this guy, this Chipmunk guy. Everyone's telling me he's the one. Do you get what I'm saying? So long story, a lot less long. Chip comes to the studio and I'm just literally sat in the recording chair. It was the end of the day. So there was a few like bounces I need to do or whatever. And then I can get up and then we're all cutting out. But there he's kind of talking behind me. So aside from being involved in that studio, I was heavily linked with Aftershock Records, who was like a grime label. Do you get what I'm saying? So they were like, Terror Danger still is a very good friend of mine. Bruiser, so on. Tiny Temper, funnily enough, was in Aftershock at the time. Right? He was. Yeah. Just before Wifey Rhythm, he was in. I think he left just when he done Wifey Rhythm, but he was like. There's a track called "Doing Me," Bruiser "Doing Me." He's got a remix, and he put all his youngers on it. Yeah, this is going back to like 2006.
He's a love his energy.
Do you get me? Yeah. That's my guy. That's my guy. So anyway, Tip's behind me, and he's talking, and he said, "Yeah, like I think this MC's past his best. This MC's dead. He needs to quit. This MC," and he's talking all this stuff on the camera. And a few of these people that he's mentioning are people that I'm bridging with. So at a certain point, I've stopped doing what I'm doing and turned around like, who is this kid? Like, do you get what I'm saying? I'll never forget that moment. I was like, who is this kid? Because he was 15 at the time. Like, you with me? I think the thing's frozen.
Yeah, it's frozen.
Oh, sorry. But yeah, anyway. So,
come back.
And it's funny because, I mean, he's 29 now. But at that time, he was 15. Like, just about to turn 16 or something like that. So, what happened? So, yeah, so he spat on the camera. And he was so impressive that we all kind of forgot all of the people that he was saying needed to quit or whatever.
Yeah.
You there?
Yeah, we back, baby.
Okay, yeah, back. Right, so it was so impressive. We all kind of forgot, okay, yeah, he said a couple of people that we knew. And then the people that owned the studio ended up becoming his management.
No way.
You know what I'm saying? So then what ended up happening then was that, like, he took off pretty quickly, but it wasn't straight away.
Yeah. Was this before, sorry, was this before the Westwood Freestyle?
This was before the Westwood Freestyle.
Oh, okay.
This was before the Westwood Freestyle.
Yeah.
So I remember the Westwood Freestyle happening. I didn't actually go because when around this time I knew him and we were cool and everything.
Yeah.
And he'd said that when he came to the studio, he only wanted me to record him. There was other engineers, but he was like, I only want Ill to record me. So I was recording him when he came into our studio. He was bouncing around a few other studios at the time. This was so early, and our studio had only just been set up. So what happened was the Westwood Freestyle. He went and I think he just went with management at the time, and they were having fun or whatever. And then he started to get shows after show. I think it was when Who Are You got put out, which was after the Westwood.
Westwood asking Wiley, and then he got so much views, and then obviously everyone's like, yo, da-da-da.
Yeah. So then he just started getting shows after shows after shows. And initially, I think it was, I wasn't the DJ. I know Spyro done some, I think Spyro went with him to like Amsterdam or something like that. And then
Spyro's a teacher, right?
Yeah. This is what I'm trying to say. Even before then, Spyro just helped out because Spyro is actually heavily linked to his management beforehand. Like, it's all, you know, that the grime scene's all just together. It's all somehow.
Yeah.
So anyhow, so then he had another DJ, and then I can't remember what happened, but one night we went. That was it. I ended up becoming the driver because there was just so many shows. Do you get what I'm saying? And then when we closed down the studio, I was like, "Who's this other DJ?" Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, you might as well let me just DJ. I'm here anyway.
You're here anyway. You know cool. You like me? I can DJ.
Yeah, so then eventually, I can't remember what happened. There was a bit of pressure. There was a bit of pressure on the other DJ, and he fumbled. And I'm not calling out his name because I'm not bad man like that.
Nah, you ain't got to call no one out.
But a bit of pressure on him, and he fumbled, and I just stepped in. And that was in like early 2008. And when I tell you the rest was history, like the rest was history. I remember in 2008, we did a tour, and it was called the Chip Diddy Chip Tour, and it ran from March to April. And I remember I slept in my bed 4 days in that month.
What country you hitting?
Like the whole country. We went to parts of the country I didn't even know about. I remember going to a place called Hereford. I remember going to a place called Torquay.
I know Torquay.
Just mad places.
Far, innit?
Yeah, just mad. Like long drives, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun because I always like traveling anyway. Like one of them things when you're little, you don't know how you're gonna do it, but you know you're gonna travel. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm one of those guys. I'm one of those guys that knew I was gonna travel. So like just traveling around the country was nice.
Yeah, I think it's good to go around and see, like, especially if you're from London, like what we are. Yeah, it's obviously the multicultural part of it is amazing, but it's good to see the rest of England. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, my thing was from young, I travelled London like nobody's business because I'm actually from Essex, so I'm just outside London.
Asking?
Sorry?
What part, if you don't mind me asking?
Hainault, end of the Central line.
Oh, I know Hainault. Yeah. I'm from Bow, so I know.
Okay, so that's it. So I don't have to get involved. I was lucky. I never got involved in any ends politics. I was able to travel everywhere, and I ended up having pretty much a bait face because everyone probably thought I was from a different ends, or that they knew me. Do you get what I'm saying? And it was like when I was just before, like a couple years before I started at Always Recording, I was on like the Atlantic Street team. So it was like I was just everywhere all the time, traveling.
They were the best, didn't it?
Yeah, like so that was sick. That was sick for what it was worth. Do you get what I'm saying? I've done that for a bit, and then we went and worked for what was Choice FM for a little while. But yeah, man's done the rounds, traveling. I've always loved
done the rounds. You know what? If that's the case, I want to ask. I don't normally ask questions, but fuck it. So, where's the not most normal place that you've been, like travel, like with Chip, like a country like, I don't know, like Latvia or
Yugoslavia,
like what country?
Do you know what? He was very specific in places that he chose to go to. So I remember one year we went to Ibiza 5 times.
Well, I think, you know what's crazy? I went to Ibiza and he was probably his DJ. He performed in
Eden.
You know that other Eden, something like Eden, whatever, and it was a twice as nice event.
Eden.
Scotty B was there, Dr. Psycho was there.
Yeah. Eden.
I was there, and I was with my cousin, and he loved Chip at the time.
Yeah,
and he was like, Chipper! My cousin's a boy, by the way.
Yeah, that was dope. That was dope. Do you know what's mad? Rest in peace, Dr. Psycho, each and every time. I've got some sick pictures of us from back in them days, man. Do you get what I'm saying? So that was yeah. I remember that.
Mad, bro.
The funny thing is,
seeing it, energy was mad, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was the thing. Like one thing that I can say about both me and him, like my mum was the woman on the street that kept the parties. Do you know what I'm saying? So sometimes when I'm laughing and joking with my mum, I'm saying I was destined to become a DJ because my mum was always keeping parties in the house, and I was just sent to bed. I was upstairs. You know what I'm saying? But the party was keeping downstairs.
Sleep with the music, yeah.
So technically, I was in the party. What do you want me to do? Sleep? There's the bare music there. You know what I'm saying? And we're both from families that love a sound system. Do you get what I'm saying? So when it comes to like high energy and things like that, it's natural. Like when you go to enough parties and you understand how parties work, like to me, I feel like now I could say, like, because I've been in it so long, I could say there's a science to a party.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And one thing, like, not even just with Chip, but as a DJ, like, what I'd say to like a lot of other DJs is how important the warm-up set is. Do you know what I'm saying?
You know what
I'm saying? Like,
come on, bro. I'm a resident DJ.
That's what I'm saying. The warm-up set is key to a good night. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather play a warm-up set than have someone try and rinse out everything before me because you're just killing the party for other people at the end of the day.
And you know what? Like, oh, you froze.
When you get... Sorry?
I can't... Yeah,
am I frozen?
Yeah. This time it was you, bro, not me. Don't even come at me.
Well, that one was me. No, I don't know. I was just rambling.
Yeah.
So you got to imagine like every set that we go to, we're walking on at peak time.
100%.
So if we're walking on at peak time, our set is just going to become a shelling set every single time.
Every single time. That's what you're used to. Yeah.
So that's why one thing a lot of people said, like, even when there was periods in time where he didn't necessarily put music out, fresh music out, people would be looking forward to us coming on the bill because they knew what time it was. Like, it's not a calm down thing. Do you get what I'm saying?
What do you do? Do you like... Because I've obviously, you know, I've been in clubs for a minute, like as a resident, and I've come across like loads of acts and they have a DJ. Tell me like how it would start and how it end. What would you do like from when you come on? Like, do you play a set for 10, 15 minutes and then he comes on, or what?
You know what? It literally just depended on what vibe we walk into. If I walk into a vibe where they're playing, you know, acid house, and this has happened before, there's no way we're going straight on. I've got to change stuff to you get what I'm saying? And it's like sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's challenging. Do you get what I'm saying? Like sometimes I walk into a place and be like, do you know what? This is a bit of a setup, like in terms of what the promoter's given us. This is a bit of a setup. But it's funny because we're about to do what we do. Do you get what I'm saying? And then other times it's like, rah, these people, like for example, I vividly remember this one night, and it was a long time ago. I vividly remember one night Sway. Do you remember Sway the Sappho?
Bro, he up your speed, yeah?
Right.
Love
Sway the Sappho. Now, Sway the Sappho is a slight. He's slightly a goat, like for a lot of people. He's slightly a goat. I feel like he's very underrated, but this is how far back I'm going. He was on before us, and when I tell you, he gave the audience a workout, like a work. They were battered, and we're thinking, right, well, we got to go on after this workout that they've had, because at the end of the day, students or not, once you've been jumping up and down for 30 minutes, you kind of, do you get what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to kind of pace yourself. So it's like, we had to think and rethink, okay, we need to, you know, slow down for a little 5-10 minutes before we get to the, let these people go and get some water at least. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. It's interesting because I feel like something that makes a DJ, yeah, and I'm not, maybe I'm blowing my trumpet as well.
No, fuck it, speak, bro.
But something that makes a DJ is being able to read a crowd. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, being able to read a crowd. And me, like, because I've just been in so much parties, it's not hard to know the temperature of a vibe. Do you get what I'm
saying?
You
said you got into a science. You can go.
That's what I'm saying. So you just got to know. You just got to know what you're walking into. I feel like.
Yeah.
Me personally, anyway.
What do? Do you go? Let's say, for example, your set's at 1. Mm-hmm. Is it like? Obviously, like I said, I've worked with like acts that had DJs. Sometimes they might come earlier, and then DJ might come down and then set up. And most of the time, not in a bad way, I have to set up for them because they haven't got a fucking clue. No, a lot of these.
Can I be honest with you though? Can I be honest with you?
Speaking, bro.
Being an artist's DJ, if the resident DJ is happy to set up for me, more time I'll let him do it. I know how. Trust me, I know how.
As long as you know, fuck, bro. You know what? Look, I don't mind. I'm that guy in it. If I got a guest, I got a host, whether it's a DJ, whatever. I'll set up. I'm that guy. I'm very hospitality. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of these people, like, they don't have a clue, and a lot of them, like, you know what it is? I feel like some of them is like, oh shit, this guy's blowing up quick. Oh, it's my boy. I'll quickly DJ, but they don't really know how to DJ. So they don't know how to do stuff. So that's why they got the controller with the Windows laptop with the YouTube rips. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's mad.
So like with you, like, do you like? You go to the club first, and then like chips?
You know what it is? Like normal practice will be that I'll try my hardest, depending on how early or late, because I mean, we've done so many shows. I'm not going to be here telling you we get there punctually to every single one, because we don't. But 9 times out of 10, I'll get there. I'll go and take a look at the crowd, see where the crowd is at, and then I'll be like, okay. Sometimes it'll be a situation where like, yo, this one's hot. Let's get in now. So I'll run down, plug in, and just try and get going. Or I might go and have a look and say like, yeah, we got a bit of time on this one. So I'll go down, plug my laptop, go back upstairs, maybe even have a drink or whatever. But it is, as I said before, I would always take a look and see, do I need to change anything? Because I'm happy to play a set beforehand, and I'm also happy to just bring him straight out. If
your set though, if you was to like, let's say for example, it's all right, it's not the greatest, but it's all right. What are you playing? Are you playing stuff similar to him? Or
I feel like you gotta just get the vibe right.
Yeah.
Like whatever that means. If it means you gotta play old school, whatever it is, you just gotta get the vibe right. Yeah. But definitely, I'll at the end of whatever I'm doing, I'll be steering into what we're about to start with.
Yeah.
If you get what I'm saying. So to answer your question.
Yeah, because I'm always like, do you know what I mean? Like I said, I've known you for a minute, and like I don't really talk to any artists, DJs like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So I just
man.
Okay, why not ask you? Like, because people might want to know. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is a new.
Yeah, no, I mean these things are second nature to me because I've been doing them for so long.
Yeah, for me, I'd be like if I have a guest, bro, or there's someone coming on, and they're like, oh, you're gonna have to DJ for them. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Do you know one thing that I'll say?
I get scared, bro. Because I do pull it back and stuff. You know what I mean?
No, like I've done my own residencies. Do you get what I'm saying? And had guests come through. Like let me just not call names. But yeah, like I've had guests come through, and I'm a bit unsure as to what the program is. So I work with Chip, but me working with Chip, we've got an understanding. Like even to the point where sometimes we might even have a big show after not performing for a long period in time.
Yeah.
And we'll then go and do some rehearsals just to make sure that everything's oiled.
See, I like that professionalism, because I feel like with a lot of people, they are professional, even if like their image might be, I don't know, whatever, but I really rate professional because like when you were saying that, there's something popped in my head. And there was a show that Chip done. Obviously, I'm guessing you was there. I think it was XOYO.
Yeah.
Well, I watched the video on YouTube, right? I think maybe Westwood might have done one because Westwood right?
Yeah.
I think I watched Westwood's video. Bro, when I tell you, I got goosebumps at least 6 times because Stormzy came out, shut it down. Gigs come out, right?
Yeah.
I think Kano came. I don't even know.
Kano done 3 relapse.
And I was like, oh my, it was XOYO, bro. And I see you recording. I swear you was recording it, yeah? And then there was Shams and there was spraying. Bro, that was one of the best videos I've seen of like a UK artist of like a concert.
I mean, to be honest with you, we've done some shows. We've done some great shows. That show there, that was one of the highest. Because you know how small and compact
XOYO downstairs, yeah? XOYO.
The energy in the... I mean, I think as well, what had happened was we hadn't done a London show in nearly a year. Yeah. So you got to think, we've starved London of any performance. We haven't been in London for a whole year. And then the first show we're going to do coming back is only in XOYO, which is that small.
Yes.
So there was people banging off my phone as soon as it got announced. It was sold out. You know, like there's people that you ain't spoke to in a couple months and that. They're like, yo, fam. You know when you get that text, yo, fam, you know what's coming. So it was one of those ones. It was lit. But when the thing is as well, when like someone like Chip, who's got such great relationships with so many different acts, do you get what I'm saying? Like you got people saying, yeah, I'll come support you. Yeah. I mean, the funny thing is this. I remember, I can't remember exactly who was there, but there were other artists there that night, just in the corner. They didn't come on the stage. They were just in the tuck, like, yo, here to support kind of thing. You get what I'm saying? So I was like, that was a lit event. And Westwood was lucky there because I had Risky Rhodes was with me that night. He had his camera. But by the time we got home and sat down and started to speak about what we wanted to put, Westwood had uploaded everything. It was like,
when I tell you I watched that, I'm going to watch it tonight because the amount of it, I think now when I think about it, like, obviously Storm's come out, and that tune with Chip, and then obviously Chip's on this other tune, but does the original. Can't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
Spits it. Everyone goes
one take.
Yeah, one take. Goes mad. I'm like, oh, because Woolsey loves that. Do you know when Prick or something, and then Stormzy says Prick or something, I don't know, like in the first part, Stormzy comes in, and then Chip comes in, and then I want to say, I think Giggs was there, and I felt like he was a wheel up or something.
Yeah, he was with Kano.
Kano was there, and I was like, I love that unity. I love when I see artists come together like that. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that's what the UK needs, and I feel like that's what helps. That's why I love seeing people like collaborate and stuff because at the end of the day, like if they can do it in America, if Migos like what Cardi B and Nicki can come on a track together, why can't you get people like Chip, Stormzy? Do you know what I'm trying to say? So
yeah, I mean, do you know what I've noticed? Like, not so much what I've noticed, but what I think. I feel like people suit their own personal games. So there was a time in the UK, like in the mid to late noughties, where it was beneficial for segregation. Do you get what I'm saying? It was very competitive. It didn't make sense for a lot of people to come together, and that's why, like, people that remember that kind of time remember it wanting to see these like people come together. Yeah. But now it's not really benefiting anybody to have you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, don't get me twisted. When the back and forths and the clashing was happening, that was exciting. That was very exciting.
Oh, bro, I think everybody loved it because it brought energy, and everyone, bro, was waiting. Even I was on that YouTube. You know the ones you wait on YouTube for it to drop. Bro,
well, this is what I'm saying. So there are times when these things are beneficial, but like it doesn't make sense if for example, when you want to have a festival and the lineup don't get along, that's messing up people's money. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So first things first, we had to sort, like, as a scene, like, we had to sort out all of that. Like, listen, guys, we're all adults now. Let's kind of act and behave adults. Mm-hmm. And it's something that I fear for with a lot of the drill acts, because this year, if this year wasn't like corona'd out, we would have had a lot of festival lineups that could have been touch and go. Do you get what I'm saying? And then that falls backwards. Yeah. and then that falls backwards like a domino effect going around everybody. So that's something you kind of want to stay away from. But hopefully,
I didn't think of it like that, but like, you know, like the ones where I don't have an experience of myself, luckily, but like if someone's in the building and you can't play that track, or because whatever.
Well, that's interesting. Do you know what's mad? I don't know if it's where you play, but that's never happened to me. But I've had quite a few people complain, or seen people on my timeline complain about that.
Yeah, you can't, like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't keep up with who's beefing who because I don't need that energy in my life. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I don't know who this person got beef with, but like, luckily it hasn't happened to me because I haven't had some of them certain artists like in my room, like in my thingy. But people tell me all the time, yo, I've heard story, bro. One guy told me that he was, and it's UK, it's not even American, bro. He was like, oh, one guy played this track to someone that he don't like at the moment. He's like, yo, you better take it off right now. And like, yeah, he took it off, but then the DJ got rushed afterwards. It's like, how you rushing the DJ for playing the track from someone that got beef with that just didn't know?
But this is the thing. That's the mentality. That's the mentality you can deal with in today's day and age. And it's sad that that's what it is, but it's what it is. I just hope that I continue to have the luck that I've had because I haven't had any of that energy around me. Yeah, and it's like I play what the hell I like, and it's like the way that I play what I like the vibe and the energy, I play what I like. I'm fortunate enough that everyone just seems to be more interested in enjoying themselves than anything else. Do you know what I'm saying?
So, if you don't mind me asking, like when you're not like touring with Chip or you're doing shows, like what do you like? I don't say what do you do, but like what like do you still want to go do residencies? Do you want to do
100%?
What do you want to do?
So basically, my main residency, I've been fortunate enough, and it's a mad time I'm having this conversation with you now because I'm about to decide whether I'm doing it again this year or not, given the fact that we're a Corona lockdown.
Yo, can I push you right there? Because that number one thing you said, now I've got 10% battery, bro.
Oh, mad.
Jeez, on toast. I never had it. You know what it is? For some reason, bro, I think my laptop battery is now getting worse and worse. Like, it's just dying quicker than it normally would, but I get it, bro. I really don't get why it's now. I mean,
you got the 2017 Mac as well. Them batteries be lasting all year.
Mac, so it's not like it's old. Do you know what I mean?
But that's newer than this one. This one's 2012.
But yours, I don't know. I feel like they're doing it so then you have to like get a new Mac. Yeah, fuck that shit. Talk to me, bro.
Yeah, so what was I talking about? So basically,
about doing it.
And what I do is I have a residency in Mykonos, Greece.
Oh yes, I remember your videos from last fucking year.
That is my home. That is where I've been going from June to August and shelling down.
How long have you been doing that?
June to August. I mean, I started in 2017, so this would be year number 4, I believe. So
18, 19, yeah, 4, yeah.
Yeah, so I need to figure out if I need to find out whether that's going to be happening this year because obviously
maybe this year. Bro, like, talk to me about that, bro. Like, tell me, like, well, you kind of how you got it, where it is, what's the club, what's the music.
Well, the club that I play in Mykonos is Bonbonniere.
Yeah, I've heard of the place. Yeah.
What happened is there was a Bonbonniere in London, and then it franchised out New York. I think there's been done a couple pop-ups in Montenegro, but there's also one in Mykonos, Greece. Yeah. Right not that Mykonos is very big, but right in the center of town, Bonbonniere. So my one of the London owners is a partner with the Greek franchise. So I knew him. I've known him. I met him separately, completely different. And then what happened was he messaged me one day. He's like, "Yo, how you doing?" And I was like, "Yo, I'm good. How you doing?" kind of thing. And he was like, "Listen," because he knows obviously I'm been touring around with Chip and whatever. He said, "Are you busy like the next couple of weeks?" And I was like, "No, I'm around, man. What's happening?" Like, because at that point in time, I didn't really have much going on. So I was like, "Yeah, I want you to come and play in my club in Greece." And I was like, "Where?" He said, "Mykonos." I said, "Sold." I should have asked how much money and all of them. I should have done that. Like, let me speak to my agent, you know, all of that kind of talk.
Yeah.
But, so basically, I was just like, "Yeah, sold." I said to him, "Listen, I'll come and do it. You just got to let me bring my missus with me because, you know, I know that them kind of vibes there. That's where you take the missus. You get what I'm saying? It's that kind of place." So I was like, yeah, sure. I'll make sure I'll put you up in a decent spot. and whatever. So that was it. Went down there, and I was only supposed to be going down there because the resident at the time, had a wedding to do in somewhere like Monaco or Saint-Tropez or somewhere like that. Really nice place, somewhere real good. You know what I'm saying? So he had a wedding to do. So he said to me, "Can you come for 4 days?" And I was like, "Okay, cool. I'll come for 4 days, bring my missus with me, whatever." Then I got a phone call. It said, "Actually, I need you to come for a week." So then I was like, "Look, man, I'm not going to arc at a week in Mykonos or whatever." Got there now. He's telling me, "Yeah, man, it's this and that." And it just seemed like he was piling a whole ton of pressure, telling me all of these celebrities that are coming down and rare, because it is a real celebrity spot. And like, you know, I call Mykonos like the millionaire's party place, because that people over there have coin. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So one thing that I can tell you about Mykonos, if you've never been, you'll be around nice people. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you'll generally be around nice people. So not to say that all millionaires are nice, but I'm telling you,
that's not really a general term I hear about millionaires.
But no, you be around nice people. So I've gone there, and I was just like, you know, I'm just gonna do my thing. So I've done my thing, night number 1, and I'm only there for a week. You get me?
What, to spin for a week or just be there for a week?
I was just spinning for a week. That was there. That was it.
Yeah.
Night 2, they said, "Listen, we want you to stay for the whole summer. Please stay for the whole summer. Like, we'll pay whatever, like, to stay for the whole summer." So I was like, all right, I ain't really got much going on this summer. So, and it was perfect. It was perfect. It was lucky for me, because that was the first summer that I didn't have we weren't doing many shows across, you know, like Greece, you know, like we usually do, like different islands, like the Kavos, Maliard, you know, like all of them islands. We were doing them, but Chip decided he was cutting them off because we'd just been doing them for too long. Yeah. So that was fine. I got Mykonos, and since then the rest has been history. Had some famous people come through there, like Kendall Jenner, Bella Hadid come through.
Do you like? Obviously, I don't really care about like famous people, but like, do they come in their booth and like hang?
Do you know what's mad? So Bella Hadid come through and hung, but I didn't know who she was.
Yeah, that's what I'd be like.
But I could tell by the security and how everyone was fanning around her that she was someone really popular. And then obviously her and Kendall was friends at the time, so I knew who Kendall was. Do you get what I'm saying?
Everyone knows Kendall, bro.
I had what's his name, Usain Bolt, come in and share the DJ booth with me for an hour, going back to back. That was fun. And who else has come? Ace Hood come through. A bunch of people come through. Davido come through.
Yeah. Do they come through like a table? They hire a table or for performance?
Yeah, no. Do you know what's mad? A lot of them have just bought their own tables. Like, they've literally just bought their own tables. Like, not even on a free team, because that's the kind of place it is. You don't really go there and just get everything thrown at you unless you're performing. Do you get what I'm saying? And
if you're performing, but if not, you just got to come.
Yeah, they just do their own thing. And like, there's like a day club out there that usually get all the artists in. Like Busta Rhymes was meant to come through. Or did Busta Rhymes come through? Future was meant to come through, but that whole situation in
Ibiza,
yeah, he cancelled the whole thing. So
I don't blame him, bro.
Like, I don't blame him either. That situation there was a bit mad, wasn't it? It was a bit of a mad
like, no offense, but like, if you wanted to, bro, man will come with goons that you can't even come close to him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'd probably come in a little relaxed, kind of like, yes, Ibiza, let me come with a little light security. Do you know what I mean? But
listen, I just feel like I can't criticize Future, but you just always need to be prepared.
Especially if you're famous and you're a millionaire like that. I feel like
this is what I'm saying. Future's lucky that they left him sitting down over there.
They could have robbed him, bro.
They could have.
And then what?
And it's like, I don't even like suggesting that they could. Do you know what I mean? I don't even like the whole energy of that. But it's just like, come on, man, sort yourself out. Just sort yourself out. Because all that does is it just puts the price up, so that the next fight is coming behind him, and then the next thing you know, this summer now we ain't got no one coming because we're getting boycotted by their man there, because they got so much money they don't always need it.
They're gonna be like, after what happened with Future,
yeah,
safe. Unless I have extra security, then you're gonna have to pay extra money for me for the security.
Well, I'm saying, that's what ends up happening, and then ultimately, I mean, don't get it twisted. Some places will just spend the money, but ultimately,
the money, and they know that the profit is going to be worth it, 100%. That's like when I see I was in Ibiza last year, and I was at a Trey Songz concert in High Yeah, because Charles. Do you know Charlesy? You call it Charlesy?
Cool. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while, but he be doing well, man. He be doing well, man.
Bro, he's moving like I want to say that as a DJ, he's moved. I feel like he's doing the most. Because man, now he's doing this thing on Ibiza where he's like, I see on his story where he's like I don't know, not content creator, but he's in charge of the shit in this place in Ibiza. No, in Dubai, sorry. Dubai Gardens, whatever. And he's moved there. And he's always just doing big movements, bro. So I was in there in Hyatt and our younger was there, right? The younger must have been doing a show probably in Ibiza Rocks, but he was there. Bro, he had bare security with him. Do you know what I mean? And his boys. And I'm like, yo, if Youngman's got that, Future's got, like, if you're going to, I respect that because, you know what I mean?
You know what it is with the Future situation? I just think he had been doing way too much and he just thought, you know what? I'm going to slide in and slide out and no one's going to pay any attention to me. These times, he must have just forgotten for 5 minutes that he's still Future. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. You're still Future. You're still a big dog in this thing. So it's just a little slip and it happened. But hopefully that don't happen again, man. Because I'm one of them people. Like, I think about consequences, isn't it? And even if he decides he never wants to come back and perform over here, it just means that we as fans lose out. Because
we lost out of Chris Brown. Like we haven't seen Chris Brown live because, well, you might have from somewhere, but
do you know what's mad? I saw Chris Brown in Cyprus. I saw him in Ayia Napa come and perform, and it wasn't the longest show. He was only on for about 25 minutes, but I did actually see him perform in Cyprus. That was funny, and he's performed in Ireland a few times. Not
he can do Ireland.
Yes, he's been to Ireland a couple times. I just don't know what's going on with him and the UK. Yeah. I don't know him. Like, the funniest thing with the whole Chris Brown situation for me is that he was actually back dating Rihanna since that incident, and he still has not been allowed to come back to the UK. It's a bit.
Bro, it's kind of mad, you know what I mean? But like, question though, like I was just thinking when you were saying it, like we was talking about Chip for a sec, right? But like, there's 2 tracks that I love of Chip, right?
Yeah.
Like, actually, there's a few tracks. You know that Transition album that he done?
Yep.
Bro, I love H Money, Harmony, his productions.
Yeah.
Fuck with them, bro. They bang.
My guy.
And my favorite is Dreddy, bro. Dreddy.
They're my guys. That's family, bro. That's family.
Dreddy comes with Chip, comes a Dreddy beat. Shut up.
Which 2 tracks on Transition was you?
Well, my favorite, I really liked the I like the chorus of the Trey Songz one. I like that chorus.
Yeah, take off.
H Money does that. I like the one with Jermaine Riley. Now and then. Then and now.
Then and now. That's it. Then and now.
I love that tune. Obviously, I still think, and I listen to it sometimes. Champion is a fucking banger.
Yeah.
The vocals.
Timeless record, man. That record will play for a long time.
Beautiful. I just think it's beautiful. It's not even like aggressive. It's just the whole album is great. And for me, I love the album, bro. Do you know what I mean? And then for me, like the 2 standout tracks, not even on the album, but for me from Chip has to be Every Girl. Yeah. Like you can play that in a bashment rave and it's fucking
100%, 100. That's where it's supposed to get played, though. That's where it's made from.
Every Girl is just like, I love Dreddy in it. I think Dreddy's one of the best that the UK's ever done.
That's my guy.
Him and Da Vinci, I think, are 2 of the best. From like not the new school like JA5, but from the old school. Da Vinci, you know Da Vinci, innit?
Yeah, of course.
You know P's and Q's. It's my favorite jam of all time.
Yeah. Swear it down,
bro. Like I'm from East.
Bro, you know what? Yeah.
In grime, in any sort of music, P's and Q's is the #1 track for me, easily. What's yours?
Do you know what? That's a good question. I hate. Well, I don't even. It's not I hate. I find it hard because today I might tell you one song, tomorrow I might tell you a different one.
From back then, though. From back then.
From back in the day, my favorite track of all time. P's and Q's is up there, but I don't know if P's and Q's is it for me. I don't know, man. I have to really start thinking and remembering all the songs that were out back in the day.
Okay. All right. Top, apart from Chip, top UK artist.
Top how many? 5.
All right, top 3.
Top 3 UK artists.
Of all time.
I don't like doing these things, but I'm going to try. Top 3 UK artists.
Come to your head.
I'm going to say... Oh, got me. You've got me. I'm at a blank.
You want to do one and you do one?
No. Go on. Hit me.
Obviously, Kano.
Kano. Is he in my, I don't know if Kano's in my top 3, you know.
I think he's.
There's a reason for that. There's a reason why Kano's not in my top 3. Because for me, Kano made Home Sweet Home. And has never made another album in that league. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, it's kinda, but you gotta admit that album is probably one of the best.
No, it is.
Top 5 albums ever of that scene.
Yeah, that's probably one of the best UK albums off the streets of the UK. That's probably one of the best ones.
That and Boy in the Corner.
Boy in the Corner's sick. But I don't know if I'd put Dizzy, because Dizzy aged worse than Kano did.
No, but Dizzy made that pop money though. He made that dance.
Yeah, and do you know what it is for me? Do you know what it is for me? Like, I'm one of those people, like, just generally in life, yeah, forget music, forget whatever. I'm a man that I'll tell you, go get your bag. Yeah. Like, go get your money. As long as you're not hurting no one else, go get your money. I'm that guy in life, yeah? So I've never knocked Dizzy across the water. I didn't knock Nicki Minaj when she went and got her money. But at the same time, just know that when Dizzy went to go and get his money, he left my musical space. It wasn't for me no more. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? So when you leave my musical space, I can't be putting you in my top 3. Top 3. All right, cool. I suppose put Kano in there. I think you have to put Kano in there. I think you have to put, I don't know, man. Because what singers as well?
You know what? Yeah, it's like, okay. Obviously, we're a little bit old school. Do you know what I mean? Like, we know about grime, we know about that shit. Do you know what I mean? Before all of that. So then, okay, fuck it. All right, top albums, top 3 albums then.
Top 3 albums, and not allowed to include Chip. Home Sweet Home. Do you know what? I really, really like Ghetto Gospel. I really enjoyed that.
Which one? What did that get?
Yeah, Ghetto Gospel, the first one.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. But do you know how much history my brain is trying to sift through at this moment in time?
For a minute, bro.
You've got me, bro. You've got me.
All right, you know what? Let's do this. Apart from Chip, who's the best person or the best performer that you've seen?
Oh, that'd be Kano.
Kano, best performer, yeah?
That'd be Kano. I don't. It's between Kano and Skepta.
Yeah.
It's very close. It's very close. Skepta's in my top 3 artists, 100%. I don't know where I was going wrong. JME, Skepta, and Kano. There you go. There's 3.
Yeah, that's easy. That's an easy 3. But yeah, you know what? Do you know what I love, bro? I loved, and I still want one. I still want a Boy Better Know t-shirt from back then.
Bro,
everyone was like,
I want more than a Boy Better Know t-shirt. What? I want a Boy Better Know album, bro. I want to know what they're doing over there. Like, words needs to be had. I think all DJs need to form a committee that whenever any of us are in front of any one of them, we ask them for the album. We might even need to start a petition, bro. What is going on over there?
Like, I don't know, obviously, because I don't know what they're doing in live. But then again, you could say, obviously, like Chip, just done an album, Chip. If you don't mind me asking, was you ever in the studio for that, for the Young Ads, Skepta?
I wasn't in the studio for that album. I think that's probably the second album I've not been in the studio for.
Yeah.
I was in the studio. I even recorded 2 tracks on I Am Chipmunk. I was in the studio for a lot of Transition. I was in the studio for all of London Boy.
Wasn't Transition in America though?
Yeah. I was in the studio for. I was in America quite a lot.
ATO, wasn't it?
Sorry?
I think there was a documentary about it. I think I watched. Was it ATO? It was in.
ATO. That was London Boy.
That was it.
Yeah.
I still, like London Boy. If I could get that, but without the DJ Clue or whoever chatting on every back. Because, bro, there's tunes like Asian Girl. Is Asian Girl in that?
No, Asian Girl was on Skepta's Community Payback.
No, but there's another tune, or Tats on My Arm, I think was on.
Yeah.
Like, I need them tunes, or I need them tunes that haven't got that DJ Clue or whoever that DJ is, bro. Is it possible to get them?
Don't worry, bro. I hit you up. I hit you in the email.
I want to see the albums on. I love the album, bro.
Yeah, you can't share it, but I'll hit you. I'll send you that.
Yeah, I'll never share it. Anything that anyone sends me, I'll just like drop it in a mix or in a live and something. But
what is it on my body, man? Decorations on my. Those decorations on my body. You're thinking of.
Yeah.
Decorations on my body, I can't get enough.
Fuck yeah, and then I swear Asian Girl was on Chip's album.
No. Community Payback. That is one of Skepta's best bodies of work.
That was the one with a DJ on it still though, right?
Sorry? Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So, Committee 2000. I remember the drop because I remember when I used to mix it, I used to literally scratch it from I'm looking for because of that bit just before it. Yeah.
Do you remember Ed Hardy Party? Bro, yeah. Skepta had tunes, bro.
Yeah, man. Skepta is low key the GOAT. He's low key the GOAT. He's been in here. Like, I respect Skepta and JME differently. I like JME because JME, has been this, like, it's almost like when he done that song Serious back in 06, it was like he read the scripture that every artist needed to read. Do you get what I'm saying? And even when you play that song today, what he's talking about is still going on today.
No.
I respect him. He's like, he's the guy. No. And then, man, Skepta's the guy as well. It's a mad thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I love listening to like some of the older stuff. Even like,
but not even the older stuff, bro. Check out Jamie's new shit, bro. It's banging.
I swear he released an album, but it was only on vinyl, right?
No, it was on CD and vinyl.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Obviously, I don't really go to shop.
He leaked a couple of tracks though onto Spotify and digital platforms.
If it's on Spotify, then I might as well just
couple of tracks. Not the whole. I don't think the whole body of work is, but
no, just some of them. Because I still remember, bro. Do you remember when first time I heard Ed Sheeran in my life was on the that project where I had P Money, JME, a couple other. I think maybe not Doc Rotten or something like that. Doc Rotten
was on there, and Wiley.
Like I think it was 5 projections on number 5 or something, and then I was just like, yo, this music's kind of hard. And then after that, he dropped 18, and then it just blew up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I remember that's what, even like, I just love listening to the old stuff. And to be fair, like I always said it, I think like Chip, like his energy, like I just feel like it's contagious. Do you know what I mean? Like when he's back and the stuff and his hunger, and that's what I love about it. There's a lot of people are like, whatever, but he's still got that hunger, like he's a young blood coming up the game. Do you know what I mean?
That's something he ain't gonna let go of, man. I respect him. I tell him every day, man, you work so hard, bro. So hard.
Even when he had done so much and sold bare albums, he still was like, well, I'm gonna still work hard. Do you know what I mean?
But do you know where I think you can credit some of that work ethic though? When you go to America and you see how these guys work, it just rubs off on you, man.
Yeah.
Like T.I., he might not be Flavor of the Month over here, but that guy, when he was recording his album, I'm sure he must have recorded 80 to 100 records to make one album with only 17 tracks on.
Yeah.
Do you know how mad that is?
All them tracks, bro. Imagine all of them tracks.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you see them working that hard, everybody knows that Lil Wayne's a workaholic. Do you get what I'm saying? When you see these guys that work that hard, if you want to be able to stand up and go toe to toe with these guys, then you're gonna have to work harder than these guys.
And these guys are already killing it, but they're still working that hard. You have to at least minimum do that.
And it's like where Chip was able and fortunate enough to go over there and stand beside these guys, he's obviously going to learn, okay, I need to work hard. And it's not easy to be able to actually to go through with it. Do you get what I'm saying? Which is why you have to kind of give the credit in that. But yeah, man, you've got to salute him, bro, each and every time.
Is there any like producers that he normally like? Has he got any in-house people that he normally like? As a regular, I know he's got Dreddy that does a couple.
That's what I'm saying. Dreddy and H are the main ones.
They're still the main ones for him.
Yeah, they're still the main ones. Like when it's album time, that's who he'll go and see.
Oh, when he goes to album, it's like, alright, cool, Dreddy. Because like I feel like Dreddy, like he obviously like I've been a fan of Dreddy for a minute. Do you know what I mean? And every time like even more money, more girl, I feel like musically that tune, like it's just amazing. Do you know what I mean? Like I say more money. More money.
That's the next one, bro. Man, that was on London Boy.
Bro,
man. Hopefully, there's gonna be more. There's gonna be more of more vibes like that to come. I can't say anything more than that. You know what I mean?
No. I wouldn't want you, bro. Do you know what I mean? I like to be surprised in it, bro. Like, you know what, bro? Like we've had this combo for a minute. I don't want to keep you. I know it's late. Do you know what I mean?
Right, bro, it's cool, good.
Bro, thank you for allowing us to do this. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm still.
No, man, love, man. Anytime, bro. I'm gonna send you over that. text me your email, and I'll send you over the.
Yeah, I've got your email. I'll email you, and I'll be like, yeah, whenever you can, just no rush. You know what I mean? Like even tomorrow.
Yeah, no worries, man.
I just love collecting like the old stuff. So then, if I ever want to like educate the young folks, I can be like, yo, who knows about this one, and then just drop this. Do you know what I mean?
Like, I got you, man. I got you.
Thank you for having me, bro. Convos of Inferiors, man. Like illness.
When the lockdown is done, I'm coming to hijack the decks with you somewhere, bro. You get me?
I say to everyone, yeah, come with me to. I hope it's still recorded. I hope it didn't cancel. I've been pissed if it did. Wednesday, Prison Brighton, best night, bro.
Okay, cool.
Prison Brighton on Wednesday, student night, but the energy is you'll love it, bro. And then you jump on the decks, come and do your thing, drop your dub plates.
Yeah, let's do it.
Bro, thank you very much, man. Take care of yourself, right?
You too, man.
Take care, man. Bye.